What's going on, everybody? This is Joe, and I am here live at Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York for the Bloomburrow pre-release. And I'm going to be opening not 2, but 4 pre-release kits in this video. We will be giving away the arena codes as well, so stay tuned for that. Obviously, the set at the time that we're filming and posting this video, the set not live on Arena yet, but it will be eventually, so come on back and check again if you are looking for arena codes. It says, A Tale of Paws and Claws. That makes sense. The back, as you can see in the background as well, is a bird, a frog, and a raccoon. And then on the inside it says, The lush wilderness of Bloomburrow is home to tall tales and tiny heroes. Wielding spell and steel, a brave band of animals sets out to uncover the secrets of the valley. Adventure awaits behind every leaf. They got the cool fireflies. We saw those on Arena during our streamer event, which is on the channel. If you did not get a chance to see it, you should go check it out. And then this, I actually really like this. So these used to have just the Planeswalker symbol, but like, you know, in whatever kind of form it was for the that set. And those weren't bad, I won't complain, but like, it was 2 of the same thing. Here, it's 2 different things, and I actually really appreciate that. So that's really cool. And I mean, obviously, this art style and this art itself is just incredible. And there's the tokens on the side, if you don't remember how that works. These are pop-out tokens available to you. So like, for example, this is like Death Touch or Finality. And then this is a stun counter here. I won't show this on every one. Obviously, if I'm showing it on one, I don't need to show it on the other ones. So, and this is the same as was on the back of the big thing. And then we have this for the other side that kind of continues on from there. Not bad at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up and see what we have inside the kit. First, we start with a red D20. Very nice. We'll leave that over there. What we're actually here for, again, I'll show the insert, which is the same in every kit. I'll show that once just now. Here are the packs. We'll leave that on the side. So the divider first has that same design on it, right? Literally right there. And on the other side, just a blank dark green. So we'll leave that over there. And then we have the insert that they put in to teach you how to make a pre-release deck. I've always said, I think pre-release is a very good event for newer players. And so this tells you how to do that. But I've also always said, if you're at a good game store, you should be able to ask the people around you for some tips, tricks, etc. And then on the other side, it talks about Bloomburrow, and it actually, this is smart. They usually don't do this. These are in boxes, booster boxes, but not in pre-release kits. But now it is. It tells you what 2 color combinations in this kit are what different type of like strategy for limited, which is really smart. I really appreciate that. That's really, really cool. Okay. So we will go ahead and put that to the side as well. We won't have to show that off anymore. Oh, no, I was going to open a pack, but first we have our promo pack. Obviously, it's got the code for Arena at some random point in the opening. I'll give this code away, but we also have our promo inside of here. And this time around, because it could be any rare or mythic in the set, this particular is our promo foil rare. Oh, that's actually really cool looking. In Whisker Veil Forerunner. I love his little armor in foil. It looks so good. So good. And not a bad card with Valiant. So this is for like targeting. It's a mouse bard. And what I tend to do in these videos, if you're unfamiliar, is I try to figure out what kind of a deck I would make if I opened this at pre-release. So, and I would love some help in the comments down below. So we'll look at that, you know, and be aware, okay, we have this cool white rare now. And like, you know, we've opened this Waxwayne Witness, for example. So we'll see what's available to us. But we start with a, as I said, Waxwayne Witness. We have an Agate Assault, nice removal spell. A Psychic Whirl. I really like this art. My wife Amy, during the streamer event that we did, mentioned that she's not as big of a fan, but I do like it. I like it quite a bit. We have a Rust Shield Rampager. A Dire Downdraft. Now this is art that Amy likes because it's taking care of a bird. We have a Hidden Grotto. Gorgeous, gorgeous. A Seed Pod Squire for some hybrid mana, white or blue. A Bright Blade Stoat, first strike lifelink. I mean, white's looking pretty good so far. A Paw Patch Formation. And an Eddie Merc Crab. I know Amy likes this card as well. Which means, behind it, because at this point, since these are play boosters, we don't exactly know what's going to be next. It could be another uncommon, it could be a rare mythic, we'll see. It is a rare. It is Camellia, the Seed Miser. So this is definitely a build around from what we've seen, but if we're in black and green and we have squirrels, this card works quite well. Very, very nice. So this is something I'll be keeping an eye out for because it's a pretty good rare. Behind Camellia, we have... Ooh. This is quite the sought-after card. It is 3 Tree City in the alt art as a rare, and what a cool card to open, like, in our first pack. Wow. Like, this cares about... a specific creature type. So, for example, if we're playing Camellia, right, and we are doing something with squirrels, then we could use this as a squirrel land. But obviously we'll have to see. But if we have any type of typal stuff going on in our deck, this is a very, very good one for that. I don't quite know what season this is supposed to be because I haven't memorized all the arts. I think this is like summer or spring, it looks like to me. But it's hard to distinguish between the two. Behind 3 Tree City, we have a full art forest. Very nice. And our foil is a foil common in Moonrise Cleric. Obviously would work in a white deck, or a part white deck if we ended up using it. Very, very nice. And the foiling pattern's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's better on the left here with the magic that they're spraying out. And a Bushy Bodyguard as well. Squirrel Warrior. Very cool. Okay. Next, we've got Mabel on the front of these packs, the play boosters. If you missed it, I opened 2 cases of this set. One of play boosters, one of collector boosters. That's also on the channel. You should definitely go check it out. If I remember, I will have linked it up at the top there for you, on the top right for you to check out for yourself. We have a High Stride. I'm not as much of a fan of this card, but it's fine. A Dazzling Denial. I love this art. Intrepid Rabbit with Offspring. So maybe we'll see this thing's token later. We have a Frilled Spark Shooter for the Lizard deck. There is a Lizard Matters deck out there. A Bumbleflowers Share Pot, so it makes food, and then it's a bit of removal as well. A Thorn Plate Intimidator with Offspring as well. A Pond Prophet. This definitely wants to be in the Blink deck, because otherwise it's a 2-mana 1/1 that draws you a card. But if you can blink it and then replay it again later and draw more cards, it's even better. We have a Tempest, or Flicker it, right? Exile it and then bring it back. We have a Tempest Angler for an Otter Wizard. That's a pretty good one. We have a Downwind Ambusher as our first uncommon. Valley Rally as the second. Interestingly, we got through a whole pack without me reminding people that this set, for whatever reason, has a ton of puns in it. And while Valley Rally isn't necessarily a pun, it is like wordplay to a degree. So yeah, that's what reminded me of it. And we have Overprotect. This card is very interesting. +3/+3, trample, hexproof, and indestructible until end of turn for 2 mana at instant speed. Really, really interesting. Behind this, we have a rare in Valley Quest Caller. This card is very scary and annoying. Other rabbits, bats, birds, and mice you control get +1/+1, and I'll remind you what our promo is. It's a mouse. So yeah, that is a very, very good card. Like I said, very annoying to have to deal with or play against. Behind it, we have a Plains, a full art Plains. Very nice. I love these arts, man. They're so good. And our foil is a foil uncommon in Bone Cash Overseer. Let's see if we can... Yeah, that's actually a nice foiling pattern. I like that. Okay.
They still exist.
And we have an art card as well for Mabel, Heir to Cragflame, and it's the alt art for Mabel. Very nice. I like that. Okay. On to the next. Speaking of Mabel, still on the front of the pack. All right, we've got a Sonar Strike. Not a bad white card. A lot of really good white cards. Okay. A War Squeak. That's right, it's not a War Cry, it's War Squeak. We have Dire Sight. 3 Tree Root Weaver as a mana dork. Night Whirl Hermit. Carrot Cake. I saw so many people play this card against us during the streamer event, and I think the card's fine. I mean, especially if we're in white, it's almost certainly going to get in, but like, I feel like people used it and it was like fine. Like, you know, for the amount of people that were using it, it felt like it was used a little more than I would have expected it to, with kind of what I expect of the card's abilities. But that's just me. We have a 3 Tree Mascot for some filtering. Plus, it is every creature type. So if you're in a typal deck, this one could get in. It's an artifact, so it can go in any deck. We have a Starscape Cleric. I like this card. It's our first uncommon, and that art is gorgeous. We have a Splash Portal. I do not remember this card, but it's a blink card, so it works in the blue-green deck quite well. We have a Seasoned Warren Guard. Okay, I mean, again, works well with the white cards that we've gotten so far, so very nice. And an Oak Hollow Village. You can put a counter on each frog, rabbit, raccoon, or squirrel that entered the battlefield this turn under your control. That's interesting. Obviously, we can count how many of those we have. If we're in green, we could definitely put this in. And then behind it, we have a rare. This is a good one, too. In Paw Patch Recruit. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put a counter on target creature you control other than that creature. So even if one of your creatures gets removed or killed or burned or whatever, one of your other creatures gets bigger, and this has Recruit. So if you have 3 mana, you can get 2 of these. And so even if they kill one, the other one still gives something else a counter. Really, really cool. Behind it, a foil Full Art Plains. Very nice. Look at that. It's so pretty in foil. So pretty. Wow. And our regular foil is a High Stride, which is also pretty cool looking. I like that. Not bad. It's not as good as a Full Art Plains, but nice. Okay. Behind High Stride is a treasure token. I actually really love this treasure token. I think they're adorable. They're not quite Matryoshka dolls. I think I mentioned that in the big opening, but they're really cool looking, so. All right, we are halfway through. 3 more packs to go in kit 1. Obviously not halfway through the video, but but we've got a Baker's Bane duo. Okay, we've got a Sky Skipper duo. So the duos are really cool. Obviously, if you have, we were talking about typal matters, right? All of the duos are 2 relevant creature types. So Squirrel Raccoon, not Waccoon, Raccoon, and a Bird Frog. And all of these are types that matter in this set and share the color that they are. So that's really cool. We have a Warren Elder that works really well with the white cards that we've been talking about playing so far. I like that. Sazakap's Brew. Okay, not bad at all. We've got a Nocturnal Hunger. I love this art so much. It's so pretty. And it's a very good removal spell. Whisker Quill Scribe. I always have trouble saying the name of this card. Whisker Quill Scribe. Light Shell Duo. 3 duos in this pack so far. A Mouse Trapper. Not Mousetrap, Mouse Trapper. And again, relevant type for our Valley Quest caller. Very nice. We have and our first uncommon, we have a Rockface Village. Cares about lizards, mice, otters, and raccoons. Giving them +1/+0 and haste until end of turn, only as a sorcery. Bone Cache Overseer again. And behind that, another uncommon in Brazen Collector. Which means I believe now our rare or mythic is... Yeah, we have Mockingbird. This is a pretty good card. I've seen it used to very good effect during the streamer event. We never did, but we never had it really. So, but this is interesting. You can basically copy the best creature on the field, and that can include your opponent's side. So, and it also gets flying. So if they have a really good card on the ground, you have a really good card in the air. It's like a little unfair, but still really cool. Behind that, a Full Art Swamp, and our foil is a foil common in Dazzling Denial. Very, very pretty. And then behind that is an art card for Mockingbird that we just saw. Very, very cool. All right, next. There are 2 more packs to go, but first, I didn't forget, we have a code for MTG Arena. Now, I used to talk about this in the past, but I have to read what this says, so if you'll forgive me a moment. Oh, it is back to saying limit 1 code per account. So, as a heads up, there is 1 code per account on MTG Arena. If you have already used a code or are planning on using a code from a Bloomburrow pre-release kit, then don't try to use this one. It will make the code that you open in your kit useless. Yeah, that's not our rule, that's Wizards' rule. But this is our small way of saying thank you for watching our stuff. We really hope everybody is enjoying. Obviously, I mentioned that we are here at Champion. The top link in the description down below will take you to Champion's website. If you are anywhere near the Poughkeepsie, New York area, you should come check out the store. And if you are listening to this the night it's posted, there are still pre-release events going on all weekend long. So you can come out to the store yourself and see it. Come say hi to myself, to Amy, to the owners and the employees and the community, because they're amazing. And as always, if you do come to Champion, let them know that Geek for All sent you. All right, we have an Elania's Pathmaker as our first card in the second to last pack of Kit 1. Bonebind Orator, Tree Guard Duo. I really like this card. It's very good. A Pearl of Wisdom, especially with a bunch of, what are they called? Offspring cards that make duplicates of themselves. Really, really good, because this thing, sorry, I'm still talking about it, but I've moved away from it. This card gives +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control, and it's a rabbit, which is relevant for the Valley Quest Caller. Really awesome. We have a Pearl of Wisdom. It is divination and or better than divination, if you have an otter. Rabbit Response. I was not as in love with this card, personally, but I do feel like it goes well in this deck, so I would probably put one of these in. I don't know if we end up getting a second one. I don't know if I'd put a second. We have a Veteran Guard Mouse. Again, this can be cast for a single white instead of a single red, so I would probably play this one as well. Pretty good. We have a Heaped Harvest for some food. We have an Oak Hollow Village again. That's our second one of these. It might be white-green. It feels like white-green's pretty strong so far, I won't lie. We have a Plume Creed Escort as our second uncommon. I actually really like this card. Maybe not for this particular deck, but it's cool. I like it. Then we have a Dewdrop Cure. Return up to 2 creature cards, each with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. We'd obviously have to look at what we had, but like seeing as how 2 of our very good rares fit that category, I would definitely consider it. I'm not in love with this Dewdrop Cure, but it's situationally really good. So Dewdrop Cure, definitely a consideration. And a Blooming Blast is our 4th uncommon, notably, which means our rare or mythic is a Valley Rot Caller. We're not in black, at least with what we're doing right now. It would work actually really well with the Camellia Seed Miser, so that's something to be aware of. It's a squirrel, and it cares about other squirrels, bats, lizards, and rats you control, so that's something. Behind it, we have a Full Art Plains, and our foil is a foil common Intrepid Rabbit. I mentioned Intrepid Rabbit earlier. God, that foiling over here is incredible. I like that a lot. Intrepid Rabbit earlier, and now we have a second one. Not bad at all. And an ad card, which, by the way, I personally have noticed, because I am a very big detractor towards ad cards. I think, based on the big opening that I did with 2 cases of product, that the pull rates on ad cards are up, and it makes me very angry. Just throwing that out there. Okay, we have a Druid of the Spade, which again, if we're doing white-green like I want to, this definitely gets in. That is cool. Very, very cool. Shore Up. Life Creed Duo. So this is a Bat-Bird. What does Quest Caller care about? Bats and birds. Okay, great. Yeah, this can get in. I love it. Take Out the Trash. Ravine Raider. I actually really like this card. And obviously not for this deck, unless you really feel like I should be going Camellia and like Valley Rot Caller instead of white-green. But yeah, I like this card in general for this set. It's really cool. A Fountain Port Bell. which is a card draw and like fixing.
Then I'll do the 2 shots.
Moonrise Cleric again. A Drift Gloom Coyote is our first uncommon. It's an elemental coyote, so just be aware of that. It is removal though, so there's that. It's a little expensive, but it's cool. You get to get rid of something small. We have a Mind Whisker and a Bandit's Talent. Actually, we got to play with 2 of these in one of our games during the streamer event, and it's actually kind of fun. I like this card. Behind it is another uncommon in Bramble Guard Veteran. Now this is a raccoon, because raccoons are red-green, if I recall correctly. So this cares about expend 4. It might not work in this deck if we are going green-white. We would have to check our like mana values and stuff. There's something behind this as our rare mythic, and I'm curious what it is. Let's see. It is... cool. It is Wick the World Mind. Alt art. Rare, which is pretty cool. It's not for what we're doing, but it's a very cool card. Rat Warlock. Behind it, our land is a regular forest, although full art, but all the lands in this set are full art, but still. And our foil is a foil uncommon, Into the Floodmaw. That is gorgeous in foil. I think it's gorgeous in general, and it's in foil. That's really cool. And then our last token is a Tender Wild Guide token, which I love. That card is also very good. We didn't open it here, but there's a very good card and a very good token then. Okay, that is pack or kit 1. Like I said, I would lean towards green-white, but I would love your thoughts. Like I said, in the comments down below, let's just say, like, hey, kit 1, I would play this. Tail of Paws and Claws still. And like I said, I've showed you all this stuff already, so we're just going to get right into it. And we have, first, a black D20. So that's cool, with the leaf set symbol. Okay. And then we move this stuff out of the way, and this out of the way, and we have the 6-packs, as well as our promo pack with the Arena code. I'll open that up. Oh, that opened very easily. Thanks. Next,
She's doing things.
we'll put that away to open at some random point in the video. And our promo foil rare is a Sun Spine Lynx. I feel like I opened so many of these in the big opening. Foil, non-foil, etc. But it looks really good in foil. Look at that. All that stuff on its back, the sun, in fact, looks really, really nice in foil. Really nice. Okay, and it's something we can be aware of. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. And when it enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. So this is definitely more of a constructed card. But it's something to be aware of. It's like still a 4-mana 5/4, so I'm not going to complain about that, but it's definitely not something that's going to like pull me into red if we're not already in it. So it's something I'll keep my eye on. In fact, we'll find out when we open our packs if these packs are leaning us towards red or not. Let's see. We start with a Long Stalk Brawl. That's a good fight spell. Not bad, not bad. Or is it a bite spell? Yeah, it's a fight. I was right. Okay. Finch Formation for some flying. Crumb and Get It. It's I mentioned it was a very punny set, and then it's been this long to see a pun. But anyway, Kindle Spark Duo. This is a good one, especially if you're in the blue-red spells deck. Very nice. A Daggerfang Duo. Sticky Tongue Sentinel. This is a very good one. 3 mana, 3/3 with reach, and it works to like bounce something when you play it back to your hand. Really, really good. So you can get it out from under some type of an enchantment, or you can just redo and enter the battlefield effect or something like that. Or if you have enough mana, you can attack, play this post-combat, and then replay that other card so it basically had vigilance. Really cool. A Heaped Harvest for green as well. Another Moonrise Cleric. A Shoreline Looter as your first our first uncommon. A Tangle Tumbler as the second. And a Harnesser of Storms as the third. Okay. Cares about non-creature spells or otter spells, something to be aware of. We haven't seen a lot of like burn spells yet or anything, but we did just get that looter as well. So okay, it could be blue-red. We'll see. Behind it is a rare in Cruel Claws Heist. This one's interesting. Double black. We used this and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do enjoy like Gonti type effects, so this one's really fun and cool. It's not something to build a deck around, but if you're playing in black, it's worth it. Behind it is a full art island, and our foil is another foil High Stride. You've seen this one already, but I'll quickly show that off. And we have a Thorn Plate Intimidator Offspring token. Very nice. All right, next. So yeah, I have to say, again, two rares that I think are fine. I just don't think they're like bombs. Maybe you can you're always more than welcome to disagree with me in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. But that's how I feel. It's another Tree Guard duo. I actually really like this card. Pearl of Wisdom. Okay, that's a good spell for the spells deck. Rabbit Response again. Steam Path Charger. This is definitely, with Offspring, it's definitely more for the like red-black deck than the red-blue deck, but still, it could get in. Bonebind Orator. A Fountain Port Bell again. Playful Shove. So 1 damage to any target, draw a card for 2 mana. Not exactly like a premium spell for the spells deck, but if you need one, it's not terrible. Feed the Cycle as our first uncommon, and it destroys a creature or planeswalker, and you can forage or pay a black. A Hoarder's Overflow. I wasn't in love with this card, but it's not terrible, I guess. And a Daring Wave Rider. Okay, so I feel like we have a lot of the cards so far, right? We're only 2 packs in, but I feel like we have a lot of the cards so far that like care about you playing non-creature spells, and then we don't have a lot of non-creature spells or like burn spells and stuff. So I'll have to keep my eye open for that, because if we do, we could like do some really cool stuff. But if not, it's like all of the combo pieces and none of the other combo pieces. Behind it is our rare Manifold Mouse with Offspring. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control of your choice, gains your choice, of Double Strike or Trample until end of turn. That's not really what the red-blue deck wants to be doing, but it is another cool red rare, so something to be aware of. Behind it is a Mythic in Season of Weaving. This is a very good non-creature spell for the blue-red deck. Wow. So you can choose up to 5 paw prints worth of modes, and you can choose the same mode more than once. Interesting. So draw a card, choose an artifact or creature you control, and make a token that's a copy of it, or return each non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. Wow. Wow. Okay. Non-land, non-token. So if you copy things, right, that happens first, and then you bounce everything else? Interesting. Behind it, we have a full art mountain, and our foil is a foil uncommon in Eddie Merc Crab. It really does seem like blue-red is the way to go, and that's a really cool foil. I'll have to make sure that Amy sees that. And then we have an art card. I love this art card for Run Away Together. Really awesome artwork. We were talking during the long stream, the big stream, about the fact that this has big frog and toad energy. And if you know what I'm talking about, shout yourself out in the comments, because you're great. Guess what? It's time for another code for MTG Arena. As a reminder, by the way, these are not live until the set is live on Arena, which I believe is happening at some point on Tuesday. So if you're watching this over the weekend or Monday after we've put this video out, just be aware that the set isn't live yet. So this code won't work for you regardless. But then you have to come back to this video on Tuesday after the set is live and try to use these after that. If you're interested, please don't forget, I think I mentioned, but maybe I didn't, I've been filming a lot of stuff, that we stream MTG Arena every Monday here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern for Magic Monday. We would love to have you join us. I am just, the best Magic player in the world. I never get flooded, ever. I never get mana screwed, ever. So you should definitely come watch and join in on the fun, because it is an absolute blast, and we would love to have you. We have a Water Spout Warden Okay, nice. A Bravekin Duo. Conduct Electricity. Good. More spells. Okay. A Glide Dive Duo. Rust Shield Rampager. A Mind Spiral. I mean, we get to draw 3 cards, and then if we gave them a tapped fish, we get to tap one of their things and put a stun counter on it for 5 mana. Interesting. Another Whisker Quill Scribe. A Head of the Homestead. Not for this deck, at least from what we've been talking about playing, but I really like this card. In fact, the fact that we opened none in our last kit makes me a little sad, just based on what you can do with this card, and especially with those other cards that we had in that last kit. We have a Lupin Flower Village. We haven't seen one of these yet. That art is phenomenal, though. I really like that. That's our first uncommon. Starscape Cleric is the second. Splash Portal again is the third. Not bad, not bad. And we have a rare in Storm Chaser's Talent. So you make an otter when you play it. If you level it up, or rank it up, no, it's level up. You get an instant or a sorcery back, so yes, definitely works in the spells deck. And then the last level, level 3, is whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery, make an otter with prowess. Incredible. Wow. Okay, yeah, definitely gets in. Ooh, we have a foil full art forest in the snow or winter art. Gorgeous. Very cool. Okay. Behind that, another foil dazzling denial. I like that. We just talked about that earlier, being very pretty. And another of the token for the Manifold Mouse. Good, because we got the Manifold Mouse rare, so now we have the token for it as well. Awesome. Next. That was cool. I like that forest a lot. I'm somebody who like really appreciates ice elemental type things. If people have watched like our other stuff where I talk about that quite a bit, like our video game stuff, we have a Polywallop, a Runaway Together. So we had that art card. Now we have the card itself, and again, good spell for the spells deck. A Pileated. Why do I not know what this card is? Pileated Provisioner. A Rough Shod Duo. Sure, I mean, it cares about expend 4, but still, we could do that. And Early Winter. This is a very good removal spell. I like this one. Cash Grab. Again, more puns. An Uncharted Haven. If we need fixing, this is not bad for that. We have a Corpse Berry Cultivator. Not for this deck, but an interesting card. An Heirloom Epic is our first uncommon. Amy really liked this card. We talked about this during the stream quite a bit. We have a Shrike Force. I like this card a lot. Not for this deck that we've been talking about, at least, but still a very cool one. And an Into the Flood Maw. So we had this in the last kit, I think, right? So, but it's a bounce spell. You can give them a tapped fish to do other things. Like another good card for the spells deck. I'll take it. Behind it is a rare, a very pretty art too, in Starfall Invocation. It is a board wipe, so that is really cool. I don't think it pulls me into white, and it's double white, so it would be hard to splash, but very pretty, very cool card. Not bad. Behind it, a full art Swamp. Awesome. Love that. And our foil is a foil common Veteran Guard Mouse. So, again, this is another one that is part red, so we could play it if we're playing red-blue. I just don't know if it really goes, but if we need a 23rd, I would look at this one. And the foiling pattern is beautiful, by the way. And a fish. We talked about a lot of cards saying create a tapped fish, and now we have one to give our opponent. 2 more packs to go in kit 2 of 4. We've got a Waxwane Witness again. Saw that one earlier, obviously. Agate Assault. Very nice. Yes, please. A Psychic Whirl. Treetop Sentries, Dire Downdraft. So again, target creature's owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. Like, it costs 1 less if it targets an attacking or tapped creature, but still, great card. It's a spell, so it would trigger your other creatures' like abilities and stuff. Really, really nice. A Mind Drill Assailant. You know something? We used this card quite a bit during the streamer event, and we really, really liked it. So, I would probably play this one. If it needs to be cut, it can be cut. But a 2/5 for 4 that you can surveil later with my mana issues a lot, or drawing a lot of land issues, I'm a big fan of this card. It worked very well for us. Savor, very nice removal spell. A Burrow Guard Mentor. We couldn't get this in the last one. Unfortunate, but that's fine. That is our first uncommon. Gale Wind Moose is the second. This is a funny card. A Long River Lurker is the third. I would put this in a spells deck. Interesting. And another uncommon in Seed Glaive Mentor. Definitely not the type of card that I would want to try to splash for, unless we really felt strongly about the removal, the board wipe. Then I might consider it. But as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And our rare or mythic is a Valley Might Caller. Okay, definitely not for this deck that we're making, but a cool one nonetheless. Our land is a full art forest, and our foil is another foil Intrepid Rabbit. Getting a lot of duplicate foils out of these couple of kits. Oh, and then we have the art card for Elspeth, Sun's Champion, reimagined as a What If Critter, or Imagine Critters or something. Really, really cool. It's Elspeth.
Really important to me.
And last, we've got another Sonar Strike. Not for this deck as good as the last one, but we've got another Alania. Did I say Elena before? Alania's Pathmaker. Very nice. Scales of Shale. That art, by the way, is really, really awesome. A Tree Guard Duo again. Another Pearl of Wisdom. Yes, please. Rabbit Response. Veteran Guard Mouse again. A Hunter's Talent. Again, not for this deck, but I really like this card. I really like it. It's very cool. Mabel's Metal is our first uncommon. Look at her. She's doing great. Shoreline Looter again is our second. Very nice. And a Tangle Tumbler is the third. I don't imagine this gets in, but maybe. And then we do have our rare next in Mura, Trash Tactician. Very interesting. And a Gruul card, so we'll have to show this one to Amy and see what she thinks. But that means we also have, nope, our land is the next, in a full art Swamp, and our foil is a foil common in Sticky Tongue Sentinel. Again, a good card. I'm not in love with the foiling pattern. Like back here, it looks okay. And we have an art card for Hired Claw. Okay, interesting. So yeah, I don't know. Like that kit, especially with our first mythic that we've opened, I feel like that kit wants us to be in red and blue. So you let me know your thoughts of Kit 2 in the comments down below. We will move on to Kit 3. Is right here. Perfect. And we have, for Kit 3, we've got, hey, the blue D20. Come on, you can do it. There we go. The blue D20. Perfect. Okay. 3 kits, 3 different colors of dice. I like that. I do attempt and most of the time succeed at collecting all 5 colors. Whoa. We've got the packs. This pack is like, I don't know if you can see that. It's like caved in a little. You see how it's like creased right here? That's so weird. Okay, well anyway. Not a big deal. We've got another code for Arena, as you can see. We will open that at some point. And this is Kit 3. I just threw it across the table a little, but it's fine. We've got it all. This is Kit 3 of 5. Nope, 3 of 4. Why would I say 5? And we have our promo foil rare in Keen-Eyed Curator. I'm not in love with this foiling pattern. It's fine, right? It's fine. Double green for a 3/3. And you can, yeah, this card's pretty scary. Exiling cards from graveyards, and you need to get to 4 different types to make it become a 7/7 trample. But even if it never does, if you just get to steal stuff out of your opponent's graveyard, if you can consistently get double green, this is a pretty good one. So, all right. Here was the pack that was caved in. We'll see. Doesn't look like anything's like damaged or anything. Just like through transportation or whatever, I guess. We have a Thornplate Intimidator again. Baker's Bane Duo again. Shore Up. Warren Elder, Sazakap's Brew. We're getting a lot of duplicates here, which is good. We can move through them pretty quickly. Nocturnal Hunger. This is a new one. Bark Form Harvester. Changeling with Reach, can go in any deck. So again, if you're in a typal strategy, you could consider this one. This one would let you put cards from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. You have a Seed Pod Squire, Bird Scout. Lupin Flower Village again as our first uncommon. Seasoned Warren Guard again as the second. And Starscape Cleric again as the third. Behind it is a rare in Zoraline, Cosmos Caller. I really like this card, and we just got the Starscape Cleric right before it. So yeah, that's really nice. 2 Bat Clerics in a row, and this is the Lord that cares about other bats. Plus, it's a life gain, life loss deck, would be the white-black deck, so works really well for that. I would love to be able to play that deck. This seems really cool. Let's see what else is in the kit for us. Behind it, we have a Full Art Island with the winter theming for the island. And a foil, and it's another bat, Glide Dive Duo, a foil common. Not in love with the foiling pattern, but the card itself, for what we've already opened, is pretty great. And we have an art card. Ooh, I liked this card. We have an art card for Cindering Cutthroat. He looks so cool up close. Because, like, we saw that, we've seen the card art, but it's so small. This is really cool looking big. Like, this is an art that, like, really lends itself to being an art card. I like it. Next. So, yeah, so far, I would like to do white-black bats, but we will see if that is an actual option for us or a pipe dream. We've got Agate Assault to start. Psychic Whirl again. Rust Shield Rampager. Dire Downdraft. Sonar Strike, that's a good one for us. Hidden Grotto. Pond Prophet. Valley Rally is the first uncommon. Downwind Ambusher is the second. Not terrible. Not terrible. Jolly Gerbils is the third. Whenever you give a gift, draw a card. So it doesn't, like, it works with the Zoraline deck simply because it's a white card, but otherwise it doesn't really. And a Consumed by Greed. And there you go. It just talked about gifting, and there's a gift card right there. Also in our colors, if we're in those colors. Behind it, we have a Byway Barterer Red Rare. Very nice. And it's a raccoon. So if we care about raccoons, our promo is also a raccoon. So we could do some green-red raccoons or some white-black bats. Interesting. Okay. Behind it, our land is a Full Art Island, and our foil is a Long Rivers Pull, which those teeth look cool in foil, that he's like being sucked into the mouth of, and his eyes look cool too. But otherwise, this is a very dark, this is one of those dark foils that Amy always talks about. The card has to get a lot darker for the foil to like show up, and it kind of makes the card art look bad. I mean, it did already. Interesting. We have a fish token behind that, which we've seen already. Next is Druid of the Spade to start. A Sky Skipper Duo. Life Creed Duo, another bat, very nice. Take Out the Trash. Ravine Raider. Did I mention this already? I like this card. And again, if we're trying to do white-black, I would definitely put one or more than one of these in. 3-Tree Mascot. Now, notably, this would count as a bat. It's a changeling. It counts as every creature type, but that doesn't necessarily mean it just automatically goes in a deck that we have that cares about bats, because it specifically says whenever a bat you control attacks, you gain a life. So we'll have to see. I'm not jumping up and down about this one, but if we need more bats and this one's available, we can at least keep an eye on that. We have a Tempest Angler. Brazen Collector is our first uncommon. Drift Gloom Coyote is the second. We talked about this being a decent removal spell for small creatures, of course. A Bandit's Talent. I talked about liking this card. It has a bat on it, although it doesn't automatically work well in a bats deck, but it is a cool deck, or a cool card nonetheless. And behind it is the rare Intender Wild Guide. Okay, I talked about liking this card. I do like it. It is a possum, not a raccoon, notably. So we will have to I'm not really leaning towards red and green right now, but it is a possibility, I suppose. But you, again, as always, let me know in the comments. I just think this is a very good card. Behind it, another rare, although, nope, sorry, that's a mythic, in Eluge, the Shoreless Sea, because it's supposed to be Deluge, so Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. It is triple blue for an elemental fish, and one, of course. But it's an elemental fish. That's kind of a hard sell. This would have been good in the last kit, not in this one, but it's still a mythic, so I'm happy we opened a mythic. Our land is a foil, full art mountain. Look at that. Very cool. And our regular foil is a foil uncommon Builder's Talent, which actually looks really cool in foil. I like that a lot. Okay, sure. And then our token is a treasure token. Next. Come on. Okay, we did it. We've got War Squeak. That's our first card. We've got Dire Sight. I would play at least one Dire Sight, maybe two. No more than two. 3 Tree Root Weaver. Night Whirl Hermit. Carrot Cake. Junk Blade Bruiser. Again, I like this card. It is another raccoon, so it is a possibility that we should be going Gruul colors instead. A Reptilian Recruiter. Not bad, is our first uncommon. Splash Portal is the second. And a Fire Glass Mentor is the third. Behind it is another uncommon in Short Bow. Equip cost of 1, +1/+1, Vigilance and Reach. Not bad. I think if we need a 23rd, I would consider this one. I wouldn't like auto-include this in any deck, but it seems pretty cool. And obviously with pre-release, you have the ability, because you're playing in paper and it's best of 3, you have the possibility or the capability of sideboarding. So this could be in your sideboard if you're facing a heavy flyers deck like bats or birds or something like that. Behind Short Bow, our rare or mythic is a Mist Breath Elder, a green rare. Very nice. Okay. And this wants to be in the bounce deck. I mean, that's what the frogs are. But, I mean, if we're doing red-green, we would still absolutely put this in. There are still enter the battlefield effects and things like that. So, not bad. Not bad at all. We have another rare, but an alt art rare in Jackdaw Savior, a bird cleric. We are looking at white. Whenever it or another creature you control with flying dies, return another creature with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. That is incredible in a bats deck. Just throwing that out there. That's awesome. Our land is a full art swamp. Very nice. And our foil is a foil Seed Pod Squire. Now, notably, bird card that can be cast for white and not blue. So, yes, we would absolutely put this one in as well. And we have an art card for Ruthless Negotiation. This is some interesting art. We've talked about that during the streamer event. This is an interesting one for sure, this art. 2 packs to go. We've got a Long Stalk Brawl to start. Finch Formation again. Sun Shower Druid. We haven't seen one of these yet. I actually like this card. I think it's cool. Another Dazzling Denial. Banishing Light. 100% gets in. If we're in the white-black deck, 100% gets in. Love this card. Love it, love it, love it. Frilled Spark Shooter. Veteran Guard Mouse again. Light Shell Duo. Bright Blade Stoat. Again, also gets in. Bramble Guard Veteran is our second uncommon, excuse me. And Rockface Village. So again, both of these, if we're in raccoons or red-green, gets in. And our rare is Vren the Relentless. So with everything that we've seen, I don't know that I would splash blue for this. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. You make rats. Like, that's not exactly what the white-black deck is going to be trying to do. It's a cool card, but I don't know that I would splash blue for this, especially, like, I don't know. I'm not personally interested in it, but if you think I should be, let me know in the comments down below, as always. Behind it is a regular full art mountain, and our foil is a foil common in Treetop Sentries. I am not in love with that foiling pattern. I'm just not. It's fine, I suppose, but I'm not in love with it. And behind that is a Coruscation Mage token. Very nice. In fact, it is the Offspring token. We have another code for MTG Arena, our next code. Our third of 4, by the way. As always, you're welcome to let us know in the comments, like, hey, the first code worked for me, the second, etc. So let us know. It helps your fellow commenters to know as well, or viewers, I should say, to know as well if all of them have been used or not. So that they're not trying each one, because this is a long string of letters and numbers. So shout outs to all of you who are trying. I hope that one of them works for you. Like I said, it's our small way of saying thank you. I sort of referenced it earlier, but please don't forget to check the description down below. You will see links to our other 2 channels, Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All. And you can check out all the other stuff that we are doing all here on YouTube. And then as a final reminder, on YouTube, likes and shares go a very long way, and we really do appreciate any and all support that you are all willing to give. We have another Alania's Pathmaker, a Bonebind Orator, Tree Guard Duo again. So many of those today, and it's a really cool card. Pearl of Wisdom, Rabbit Response, Heaped Harvest, Moonrise Cleric, yes please, Mud Flat Village. We haven't seen one of these yet. 2-tap Sack It. Return a bat, lizard, rat, or squirrel from your graveyard to your hand. We do have a lot of bats, and Zoraline as our lord, our legendary bat cleric, counts. So I would absolutely put this in. Great card. We have Fell. Wow, very nice. 3 solid cards for this deck in a row. And this is our second uncommon. And Sugarcoat. I love this art. I love what it's talking about and doing. The flavor of it is great. No pun intended with it being sugar. And we have a Parting Gust. Gift a tapped fish. You can exile a non-token creature and return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it if a gift wasn't promised. So either it's a removal spell or you blink one of your things and make it bigger. So really, really nice. And this gets in, no question. And, ooh, Coiling Rebirth as a rare. You know, we talked about, there was that card, right? Was that in this kit that cared about you making gifts? So, I mean, yeah, sure. I believe it was in this kit, but you can, again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But really, really cool. You get a creature back, and if the gift was promised and that creature isn't legendary, we can create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1. But again, if it's a bat or a bird or something, it has built-in evasion and flying, so even better. Really, really nice in Coiling Rebirth. Behind it, we have a Full Art Plains, and our foil, ooh, is a foil Bat Warrior uncommon in Moonstone Harbinger. Yes, please. I wonder if we're in the Bats deck. What do you think? Wow, wow, wow. That foiling pattern is fine. I'm not in love with it. And, of course, we get the Bat token as well. And that was the last pack of kit 3 of 4. Like I said, I would go Zoraline. I want you to let me know what you think in the comments down below. We did get a good number of raccoons as well. So I want to know your thoughts. Should I go red-green for kit 3 or black-white? Our fourth and final has... We've opened a lot of product this week, and I've had an absolute blast, and we will open more coming soon. So don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. And you guessed it, 4 kits, 4 different dice. We got the green D20, which means I am only missing the white one now. Only missing the white one. Incredible. That doesn't always happen, but when it does, it feels real good. I'm a big fan of that. Like I said, I try to collect them, so that's awesome. All right, next. The final kit. We will open this promo pack with the code for MTG Arena that we will give away soon in this video. The last one, and our promo foil rare. That's right, no mythics in this whole video. Promo foil mythics. Is a Storm Chaser's Talent. We saw this non-foil earlier. Foiling pattern looks interesting on these sagas, or they're class cards, sorry. But the foiling looks interesting on these. And again, if we're in a spells deck like we were talking about before with red-blue, that card gets in. I don't think it pulls us into a spells deck, but we will see what we open to see if there's any other like further advice for us. We have a Druid of the Spade again to start. Shore Up. Life Creed Duo. Take Out the Trash. Ravine Raider. Heaped Harvest. Fountain Port Bell. Bramble Guard Captain is our first uncommon. Interesting. Star Seer Mentor, again, why didn't we get this in the last kit, is our second, and Honored Dray Leader is the third. This card is so interesting to me because on its own, this card is trash. If it's not in a squirrel deck, it does like actual nothing. But if it's in a squirrel deck, it could be very, very good. But it's like a huge build-around type of a card. We have a Feather of Flight as well. This worked very well against us, giving something +1/+0 and flying, and you draw a card, and it has flash. Really, really interesting for 2 mana. Not bad at all. And our rare is a Dour Port Mage. Very nice. Frog Wizard. Whenever one or more other creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card. So that's through Blink and through Bounce, which is what blue and green wants to be doing. And again, another deck that I would love to play would be a blue-green Bounce deck, or Blink deck, or both. We have a Full Art Swamp and a foil rare in Fountain Port. Absolutely wonderful. Look at that. They're really cool. I like that foiling pattern a lot. That's really cool that we got one of those. And this card is the Tender Wild Guide Alt Art. That's right. I saw a number of these in the big opening video that I did. Awesome. Okay. Well, I mean, that is 2 blue rares. It's just that they don't really go in the same deck. But it's fine. We have a Rough Shod Duo as in Pack 2. Early Winter, nice removal spell. We have Cash Grab, Bellowing Crier. Okay, yep. That's, again, another one that enters and does a thing, so it's good for the Bounce or Blink. Thistledown Players, it's an interesting one. Raccoon Rallier, Moonrise Cleric, Junk Blade Bruiser, not bad. Plume Creed Mentor is our first uncommon. Okay, I mean, flyers are good and limited, right? It's a good card. 3 Tree Scribe, another frog card, and when it or another creature you control leaves the battlefield without dying. So yeah, more frog-based blink abilities, or blink payoffs, I guess. And a Brazen Collector, I believe next would be our rare or mythic. I am right, it is a Paw Patch Recruit, which again, absolutely comes in if we're playing blue-green. It's not a frog, but it doesn't matter. It talks about a creature you control becoming the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls. So if they're trying to mess with your stuff, obviously you can like blink stuff to get it away from trouble. But if you can't do that, you still get benefits off of this thing and or its offspring. Really cool. Our land is a Full Art Plains. And our foil is a foil Finch Formation, which the first time that we've seen Finch Formation that we've like been able to debate playing it, really, really cool. I think this yellow disc thing down here looks cool in foil, but it's kind of the only thing that really stands out to me. And we have this awesome rabbit token. Amy and I were talking about how much we like this rabbit token during the stream. Really cool. Guess what? It's the last code for MTG Arena. If that's the only reason why you're here, we understand, and you can, I guess, go once you find out if this works for you, but hopefully you'll stick around. This has been a really cool opening, and thank you all so much for hanging out with me for all of it. If you have, and you can shout yourself out in the comments down below if you have. But yeah, we will be, there are many other videos that we have posted for Bloomburrow here on this channel, so we encourage you to check that out. And then you can also join us starting this coming Friday, because this video is coming out on Friday, but this coming Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Video Games for All. Links down in the description box below for Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All. We will be live finishing up the God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC. And then every week after that, for the considerable future, we will be going into our second ever Nuzlocke with Pokemon Soul Silver. So come check that out. We would love to have you. All right, this pack, we have Long Stalk Brawl, another Finch Formation, Crumb and Get It, Nice. I like this art a lot, by the way. Conduct Electricity, Dagger Fang Duo, Sticky Tongue Sentinel. Yes, 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 yes. So the thing is, we had so many cards that were like, whenever another creature does the thing, but like, we didn't have any cards that did the thing. So this does the thing. It's also a frog. Really, really good. Love it. Uncharted Haven, Head of the Homestead. Now this counts. You can play this for double green, and if it's an enter the battlefield effect, so if you bring it back to your hand or you flicker it, you get more white rabbits. Really, really cool. Lily Pad Village. Okay, yep, that sounds like a card that wants to be in this deck. Surveil 2, but only if a bird, frog, otter, or rat entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Notice it didn't say cast. So if you blinked it, this counts. Not bad at all. We have a Thought Stalker Warlock as our second uncommon. I have not seen this art yet, and it is... that lizard looks upset. That art is incredible. I love that. Another Star Seer Mentor. Now it's just taunting me. And, oh my god, this card. No way. It's Maha. It's Feathers Knight. What an incredible, incredible card. Especially for limited. How disgusting. Because look at the card. We just talked about the cards that make the rabbit tokens, the 1/1s. Just make 2 rabbit tokens. With this on the field, you can kill anything they have. Literally anything. Absolutely incredible, this card. Wow. Behind it is a foil, full art island. Interesting foil. I like that foiling pattern a lot, actually. And our regular foil is Repel Calamity. A white uncommon foil. Destroy target creature with power or toughness, 4 or greater. Not bad. The foiling pattern is fine, like in the background here, but otherwise it's pretty dark. You would think it would look better. Okay, you can kind of see the flames up there. That looks okay. And a fish token as well. All right, we are halfway through the final kit. And we have an Agate Blade Assassin. I like this one. The kids are having fun back there. We have a Sun Shower Druid. Thought Shucker. By the way, this one, also a really good card to blink. It's 1 mana, and it enters, you get a +1/+1 counter, and you gain a life. Like, this is a very good card for the blink deck, or the blink/bounce deck. We have a Thought Shucker. It's a rat rogue. It has threshold, so like, this isn't one of the ones that would be amazing, but we could put it in if we had to or wanted to. Banishing Light. Again, an incredible card. Love it. Might of the Meek. A Corpse Berry Cultivator. Savor. Again, I really like this card. It's good. A Drift Gloom Coyote. This card likes us today. It's our first uncommon. Bandit's Talent is the second. And Bright Blade Stoat, another card that likes us, I think, is the third, which means our next card is another uncommon in Brambleguard Veteran. So this cares about expending 4. Again, not necessarily a card that we would love to put in the Frog Bouncer Blink deck, but it could get in. Again, it's 3 mana for a 3/4, so again, not bad. Not bad at all. Our rare mythic is a Valley Flamecaller Lizard Warlock. Okay. Not bad, not for this deck. Even if we're like trying to go with Maha, we would probably be going like blue-black instead or something, but still not this is really all I know. We have a full art forest, and our foil is a foil Crumb and Get It. Again, I just talked about liking this art. It's so pretty in foil. Wow. Wow. That's awesome. And we get a food token. We haven't seen a food token yet. There's a lot of cards in this set that care about and make food tokens. That's really cool. All right, 2 packs to go, everybody. 2 packs to go. We have a Glide Dive Duo. I like this card. Again, not for this deck, at least so far. When this enters, you may forage if you do draw a card, so the foraging part is not something you'd be able to duplicate over and over again. It's a 4-mana 2/4. If you want it in the deck, if we want it in the deck, we could put it in the deck, but this is not like a guaranteed include no matter what. We have a Mind Spiral. Again, this is just a good spell. We could put this in, for sure. A Waxwane Witness. Agate Assault, Savor, again, Mind Drill Assailant. I would absolutely put this in. It doesn't have an Enter the Battlefield effect, but again, we talked about this earlier. Just a very good card as a 2/5. If we have Threshold, it becomes a 5/5. It doesn't need to be a 5/5. I didn't mention that before. That line of text is like not necessary. It makes the card better, but it's not necessary. It's a 2/5. It blocks most things in the set, and the Surveil is super helpful, and you don't need it to be a 5/5 for that. Obviously, the Surveil can help you get to Threshold, but that's not really why I ever used it, so just something to be aware of. But again, this is also another card that might help us to determine that maybe we want to go blue-black, but I still really like blue-green as a possibility here. I really do. A Flower Foot Swordmaster is our first uncommon. Haven't seen this one yet, I don't think. Overprotect, not bad at all. Not bad. I will take it. A Valley Rally and a Downwind Ambusher, which means our next rare mythic is a Lunar Convocation. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn. So again, why wasn't this in the last kit? What the hell? Anyway, that's fine. Behind the Convocation, our land is a Full Art Mountain, and our foil is a foil uncommon in Hop to It. 3 mana, make 3 1/1 rabbits. Not bad at all. And I love that, the like clouds in the background there. Really, really nice. Oh, and another. It's like it knows that I really love this art. It's another Runaway Together art card. Really, really cool. All right, one more pack in the whole video, everybody. Again, thank you to Champion. Check their link out. Top link in the description down below. If you're anywhere near the Poughkeepsie, New York area for any pre-release ever, you should come down and we would love to see you. But if you're here not like in between pre-releases, you should still come to the store. They're still incredible folks. You won't see us, but it doesn't matter. And like I said, let them know Geek for All sent you. We have a Dire Downdraft. It's a great card. I'll take it. Carrot Cake, War Squeak, Dire Sight, 3 Tree Root Weaver. Yeah, I mean, this would get in for sure. It's a good one. 3 Tree Mascot. A Pond Prophet. There you go. It's not the best thing in the world to blink. Like, it's 2 mana, 1/1 draw a card. There are a lot of other cards here that are really good to, like, blink or bounce back to your hand, but this isn't a terrible one if you have nothing else. A Starseer Mentor. Again, that is the third one of these that we have opened after we opened the kit where we were going to play the Bats deck. That is upsetting. We have a Stargaze. I like this art a lot. It is so cool. Look at this little bat face. Just all nice and zoomed in. Really, really cute. Adorable card. We have a Hive Spine Wolverine. A very good card to blink. Very good. When it enters, you choose one of those modes, whatever one matters the most to you at the time. But again, if you're blinking it, who cares? Very nice. And a Keen-Eyed Curator. Now, notably, this one would not be a good one to blink, but it would still be a good one to put in the deck if we're in green. Again, a 2 mana 3/3 is great, and exiling cards from graveyards is helpful. We just won't choose this one as a blink target if we can help it. Our land, or another rare. That is a mythic. That is 2 black mythics in the same kit. I'm so stressed. Okay. Sure. All right, well. Okay. Do we do black-white? Because we have all those bats, right? We just talked about all those bats. Do we just do black-white now? That is so weird. We're just going in one direction the whole kit, and then the last card makes us change our mind. I think we go black-white. Maha and Season of Loss, notably both 5-drops, but still, you just get to 5 and drop a sick mythic. That is incredible. Wow. Okay. Yep, I guess I would change my mind. You let me know your thoughts in the comments down below of what you would do with the last kit. Would you still go blink and bounce? Or would you go, 2 black mythics and add white for all the busted uncommons and the 1 Lunar Convocation rare that we opened as well? Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, behind it, we have a Full Art Plains. And by the way, do I need to say that this card is gorgeous? It's gorgeous. This art is gorgeous. A Full Art Plains and a foil rare in black. A foil rare in black in Scavenger's Talent. Yeah, fine. Fine, Pack, I get it. I'm going black-white. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. That's incredible. Whenever you sack a permanent, target player mills 2, and at the beginning of your end step, you may sack 3 other non-land permanents to return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. And whenever one or more creatures you control die, make a food. Triggers only once each turn. Really, really awesome. Okay, I don't love this foiling pattern, but I love that we got that card. Oh, and the Dour Port Mage that we opened as our first rare is now also our art card, our last art card. I say our first rare in this kit. Wow, everybody, wow. Well, we sure did open a number of really cool mythics. Let's see if we can show them off. Obviously not all in that kit, but 2 black mythics, 2 blue mythics, and that's it. Those are our only mythics that we opened today. So there you go. We can take a look at those. That's fun. Thank you all so very much for joining us. I really, really hope everybody enjoyed. This has been an absolute blast to make, as they always are, by the way. Champion is amazing to have us here for all of these events. I mentioned it just recently, but the top link in the description down below, it bears repeating, will take you to their website. Come check out the store if you're anywhere near Poughkeepsie, New York. Let them know Geek for All sent you. Thank you to them for having us here. Check out the other videos that we've made here. We did the over $2,200 opening with the 2 cases of product that we opened on Tuesday. We did a promotional video alongside this video tonight, showing you all the other awesome cards that other people were opening too. And the decorations that the store really decked itself out with. So you should check that out. And we will hopefully be back here for the next one, as long as the owners are kind enough to have us back. I say that as one of the owners is standing behind me right now. But that is going to be the end of this particular video. Thank you all so very much for joining us. And for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe from Champion. As we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.